Ahem. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the greatest live show of all time. That is right, everybody. Today we're doing another episode of whatever the hell this is. That's right. Also, wait, hold on. The audio looks weird. Okay. Anyways, How are you all doing, chat? You better be doing well, or else I'm gonna be very sad. I haven't done anything with my hair yet. I'm sorry. We'll get to that in a minute. Alright, my hair is complete, utter mess. We'll fix that any second now. Don't you worry. Oh, wow, this is... How do I deal with this? How do I deal with this shit, chat? But, hello, Luck the Great, and congratulations on being the first person in chat. Hello, Lefty Memes. Hello, Nicola. Hello, Random Animator. Hello, Fixie Pixie. Hello, Femyoz. Hello, Bibby Spibby. Hello, Mommy Ramiru. Hello, Finn. Hope you're all doing well today. I'm a little bit tired. Very dehydrated. I need to drink some water. Delicious. Drink lots of water, chat. Very important. It is imperative that you drink water. EP Femyoz, maybe a little bit. A little bit EP. I don't know if I'd say EP. Slurp slurp. What do you mean slurp slurp? Come on now. Drink monster. Yeah, is that what I should be doing? Chat. Why would I do that? That's bad for you. Did you know that I would never do anything that's bad for me? Anyways, I just got home from a volleyball game and it's 7:51. I am tired, but I'm eating dinner. Yeah, fair, honestly. Fair. I just finished boring college assignments. Yippee. You can see how enthusiastic I am about it. Through my deadpan facial expression, of course. Hello, sober plant influencer. Hope you're doing well. Monster is horrible. Well, I mean, it tastes good, but it's horrible for you. So, if I'm not already addicted to something that's terrible for you, why would I start doing that? You know, it's probably not the best idea. I'm already mentally ill enough without that. You know, I'm already mentally ill as is. All right, I don't need to become even more mentally ill. You know, if that's somehow possible. What are you studying? Business. It's pretty boring stuff. Especially compared to what I talk about here. Yes, over here on the great Femyoz YouTube channel. That is right, everybody. I just finished. Yo, that sounds crazy, but welcome back, regardless, Tubian. Yeah. I say no to water, more beer. Beer tastes disgusting. I'm sorry. That's just like a fact. Hello, Jack. Ezekiel. Hope you're doing well. New Femi hairstyle. This isn't even meant to be a hairstyle. This is just, I'm like lazy. I'll do it in like a second. But right now, I'm saying hello to everybody. Do I keep it like this? Is this the vibe? Is this messy ass fucking half-assed hairstyle? Is this what I should do? OMG, it looks great. Banks delete the... Alright, maybe we keep it like this. I don't know. What do you guys think? This is like the most low-effort hairstyle I have ever done. Actually, no, that's not true. There's probably worse. I'm sure that there's worse out there. You look like a Karen, but in a good way. What is the good way of looking like a... Is this like a Karen hairstyle? Am I about to ask for the manager? Excuse me. I would like to speak to the manager. Does it work? Mom vibes? Or a wise mom? I see. What would a wise mom sound like? Do wise moms just like not give a fuck about their hair essentially? Was that where this aesthetic comes from? Is like you just like vaguely put your hair back because you're feeling lazy, and then like that's the vibe, you know? Racist lib wine mob. Oh, sorry, resist lib wine mob. Okay, fair enough. At first I thought you said a racist. I'm like, no, that's not what I'm going for. Are you a Trump supporter? Hell no. Anyways. You're too busy with your puking kids. You got a point. Dude. I'm too busy with my snot-nosed child puking at soccer practice and also complaining to the manager over dumb shit. Like, I don't know. Dude, it's actually 2020 and I'm yelling at the manager for making me wear a mask during COVID-19. No, this infringes upon my freedoms. I don't need to be vaccinated. I'm gonna spread all the diseases, actually. Anyways. Be gone, demon. Anyways. Where was I going with this? I have no idea. I'm gonna be totally honest. Brush your hair? No, this is the vibe. The vibe is, I don't give a fuck. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna do... Chat. Do I keep my hair like this? I'm thinking no. I didn't intend on it. As somebody said, it actually looks really good, and I couldn't tell if they're being sarcastic. You know? No, don't keep it like... No, it looks great. Yeah, you look great like this. Yes, don't brush it. I can't tell if you people are being sarcastic. I think it looks horrid, but like... I mean, I sort of... It's like almost a vibe. But like, I don't know, it doesn't look right. We're not? Okay, we're leaving the hair like this, then. That wasn't even the intention, but... I mean, does it even work with this outfit? Does it even, like, make sense for an outfit like this? You gotta keep the mom vibes. You know, fair enough. Fair enough. It looks very right. Yes, it does. Okay, Chat, we're keeping the hair like this, I guess. I don't know why. When are you watching the Starbucks Charlie Kirk Karen vid? Oh, that's a good question. I almost forgot about that. I can't believe I almost forgot. How could I forget? That would be devastating, truly. So we're not going to forget about that. Instead, I'm going to scroll to where the fuck was it sent to me in DMs. Actually, oh my god, I get so many DMs. So many goddamn DMs. Okay, so this is like a public freakout, apparently. No, don't play right away. Stop it. No, okay. Do not autoplay. Bad. Anyways. Sorry, where was I? You're really a baddie? Thank you. Anyways. OMG, I hate Charlie Kirk. Yo, me too. Yo. Let's go. Let's go. Your hair looks so pretty. You know what? Fair enough. We're keeping the hair like this for now, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I've been SJW Karen. True. But yeah, anyways. With that being said, we're gonna be watching a video where it's called, well, it's in r/public freakouts. And, the post is called Woman Freaks Out on Starbucks Barista for not calling Charlie Kirk as her name. This ought to be good. This ought to be a masterpiece. I'm so excited. You know, I love what... So, as you can see, I've got the Karen cut today because today we're going to be talking about none other than Karen herself. That's right. I'm so excited. That's right. See, it was actually intentional this whole time. All right. Anyways, with that being said, let's see what this is all about. So right off the bat, we've got some dead air. Oh, and the buffering screen. My favorite.
So you didn't call his name out? You didn't call the name out?
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Why didn't you call the name out? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because I saw that you were sitting there and gave you the beverage, which is like the whole point of calling the name out is for instances in which they are busy and not able to bring it over to you. The whole point of that system is so that if they can't, the whole point of that system is so that if there's nobody to bring it over, that they can just call the name and then you yourself go and grab it. It is not necessary if they are able to just bring it over to you. What is the point?
She's recording right now.
I am.
Dude, the fact that this woman thinks that she's in the right, she thinks that she cooked so hard with this one, that she willingly chose to record it and post it on the internet publicly for people to see.
Yep.
Charlie.
Why can't you say his last name?
What is happening? Why are you being like that to her?
Why are you being like...
Yeah, that's like a good question. Like, oh yeah, as opposed to all of the other people named Charlie in the restaurant. Like, for example, this one other guy that's sitting there enjoying his coffee. You know, what if his name is Charlie? You know, you're not going to be able to tell the difference. You know, out of the two people in the restaurant, it's going to be impossible to distinguish, so you have to say the full name.
Yeah, why are you being like this?
No, why are you being
Yes.
like that to me?
Well, okay, why are you being like that to me?
You're being so rude to this girl.
I'm not.
I'm not being so rude. I'm just like, you know, bitching at this minimum wage employee who makes absolutely fuck all to deal with retards like myself. What do you mean? What do you mean I'm being rude? What are you talking about? Everybody except for me is the problem.
I actually am making a point, a big point.
I'm making a political statement, and you must go along with it. You are legally obligated to go along with my retarded political statement. It is mandatory for you to do that. And I'm going to throw a temper tantrum and post myself bitching and moaning on the internet if you don't go along with my dumb political statement. Fucking pathetic.
Setting her up for failure.
I actually wrote a very good post prior to this.
Guys, I wrote a really good post prior to this. It was the best post ever. Make sure to check it out on my Facebook. I also post lots of minion memes there. They're really funny.
It's not. I wrote a very good post prior to this.
Wow, so good.
I wrote a really good post. I was really hoping you were going to make the right choice.
But what do you mean by making the right choice? You mean going along with your retarded political position? Like, hello? Sorry, but like this is a Starbucks. Like it is literally the definition of, sir, this is a Wendy's. But it's at Starbucks. That is what the situation is. Sir, what the fuck are you yapping about? This is a Wendy's. Just make your order and leave. Sir, I don't have time for this shit. We're a pizza parlor. Just order a pepperoni pizza and get the fuck out of here. Come on. We're not here to engage in your dumb political bullshit.
It's not politics. A man spoke up for what he believes in.
Oh, now it's not politics. So you have gone from, oh yeah, I'm making a political statement, to actually, it's not a political statement. It's not politics. It's the apolitical political statement. Wow. Incredible stuff.
He got shot in the neck over it. And you couldn't stand there and call my name out. My name.
Yeah, oh yeah, because your name is definitely Charlie Kirk. We totally believe you. You know, what if it's the case that, you know, she doesn't even know who Charlie Kirk is? What if she doesn't believe in transgenderism or pronouns? You don't look like a Charlie. Charlie is a man's name. And you're a biological female. It is inscribed in your XX chromosomes that you cannot be named Charlie. You know? So if you really think about it, she's just standing for what she believes in.
But you called his name out. But you called his name out, couldn't call his name out. Called his name out, but couldn't call his name out.
Dude, who gives a fuck? She brought you the drink. What more could you ask for? Like, I'm sorry, but it is Starbucks doesn't sell you, oh, I'm gonna give you a shout out and call your name out. Hello, Pussy Slayer 69420. Please come here for your drink. Food-loving cockmaster, your Starbucks order is ready. That's not what the point of Starbucks is, you fucking moron. Nicholas J. Gurr, would you like to come over here and get your drink? Shout out to Nicholas Gurr. Like, okay, dude, yeah, that's definitely what Starbucks is for.
No, actually, I was setting him up for success because I wrote a really good report.
I was setting him up for success. I wrote a really good report. But now, I'm gonna write a bad report about you and tell the manager that you're not going along with my retarded political agenda.
Excuse me? It is Charlie Kirk.
It's true. How are you going to sit here and complain about your life being made more convenient by the drink being brought to you. That is the preferable thing. If anything, you should be saying, oh, I think that it was messed up that the other guy, had to, walk and get his drink. He's even further away. It's really messed up that he had to put in all that effort. I'm actually defending him. If you want to bitch and complain about people being treated unfairly, wouldn't it be the other guy that's treated unfairly and not you? You fucking moron. The rant that would still be ridiculous because obviously it doesn't take much effort to go up and grab the drink. But, if anything, you're being given special treatment. And you're bitching about it because you're not given more special treatment. You fucking moron.
The point. You guys came in after me. The place was completely empty.
Well, hold on a minute. The place was completely empty. I see. Very interesting stuff. The place was completely empty. If the place is completely empty, what do you think that indicates? Do you think that maybe perhaps that indicates that, I don't know, they don't need to call your name because nobody's fucking there and they can just bring it to you? Which is more efficient and easier for you and saves you time and energy? Like you're going out of your way to make a problem. You are creating problems out of thin air at that point. It is so beyond fucking pathetic.
And you're making a scene.
Yes, everybody except for the Karen is making a scene. Couldn't possibly be the person recording that's making a scene. No, that couldn't possibly be the case. You guys are making a scene here. This is literally her. This is literally her right now. Why didn't you call me Charlie Kirk? Why did you bring the drink over to me instead of calling Charlie Kirk? Oh, you're kind of like spurging out. Like this woman was like really nice. Like, what are you doing? You guys are making a scene. You guys are making a scene. I'm gonna post this on social media. Like, it is so beyond fucking pathetic. It is beyond pathetic. Average Trump supporter, by the way.
You didn't have to make a scene.
Oh, you didn't have to make a scene. It could possibly be the retarded chimpanzee, screaming at the top of her lungs because you didn't call the name Charlie Kirk, you brought the drink instead of me. And I'm gonna bitch and whine and record it for TikTok. That couldn't possibly be the reason that there's a scene happening. You don't understand, okay? Everybody except for me is the problem.
It's a name. It's a policy that your company upholds.
The policy is that if they don't bring it over to you, they call the name. That's the policy. If they bring it over to you, why would they need to call out the name? What the fuck do you want them to do? Like, let's say I'm the fucking person that makes the coffee and is bringing it over, okay? All right, now here I am. This is your fucking coffee. I don't know anything about Starbucks orders. Here's your fucking frappuccino. All right, all right, I'm stirring it together. All right, I'm fucking making your goddamn frappuccino. All right, I'm stirring that bitch up. Okay? And then I walk over to you. Yes, you, the customer, named Charlie Kirk. Okay? I walk over to you, the customer named Charlie Kirk. I put your frappuccino on the table. Then I stand back and say, Charlie Kirk, it appears that your frappuccino has been completed. It is now time for you, Charlie Kirk, to drink your frappuccino. That is right, Charlie Kirk. Like, it is retarded. Like, do you think that that's what their policy entails? It is so beyond fucking ridiculous.
They came in after me. It was completely empty when I came in.
Yeah, maybe that's why they didn't need to say your name, is because it's fucking empty and they can just bring the drink to you. They're not confused as to which order it was, because there's nobody there. You were the first person to order, so they're obviously not confused about it. You fucking moron.
Woman right there was the only person in here. I actually wrote you guys a really good review prior to getting this.
Oh, but I might change your review because you didn't call out the name Charlie Kirk and go along with my retarded political agenda.
saying what upstanding it was, how wonderful it was, hoping she would stand there and say my name, Charlie. Just Charlie would have been fine because she said.
But then when she said Charlie, you started throwing a fucking fit. Because there's no pleasing these people. It is so pathetic. These people are beyond pathetic. She literally said, okay, Charlie. And then she's like, what about the full name? Like, we literally saw it a minute ago.
Said his name, so I was saying, okay, maybe it's just gonna be Charlie. And I was thinking she'll say just Charlie, and I was rooting.
Why would she need to do that if she was bringing it over to you? Again, she's not confused about your order. Why would she put it on your fucking table and then say, Charlie Kirk, your frappuccino has been completed? Like that's fucking autistic. Who does that? Nobody does this. Regardless of what name you put. It's stupid as fuck.
For her to just say Charlie, and what did she do? She brought me my drink.
Oh God, the horror! She brought you the drink! Oh, good golly! Your life must be so difficult. She saved you time and energy by bringing you a drink. Oh no! Oh God! I mean, this is worse than the genocide in Gaza. She brought you your drink? Gee golly, the horror! Her life must be so difficult if this is the number one thing that she has to complain about. Is they brought me my drink instead of calling my name and making me walk up to the counter to get it? Big fucking deal, dude.
Why'd she say his name?
Oh my God, this is so pathetic. Also, thank you, MTY5, for the $10. You beautiful fucking bastards, saying these people are fucking dipshits. The amount of cultist things they do, trying to get likes and clicks, is amazingly proof of how much they don't think about everything, but their narrow-minded view. Kirk did not need to die. Pero chinga tu puta madre, Kirk. True. Literally facts.
Why'd she say his name? Twice.
Why did she say his name? But she brought the drink over to me, making it more convenient for me. Why did you make my life easier? In like an objectively measurable way that like makes it so that I have to do less effort? You're discriminating against me by making my life easier.
Not once, but twice.
I have no idea. I'm sorry, I'm sure it was just a misunderstanding.
No, it's not. It's bad policy.
It's bad policy to bring over the drink instead of calling over the name. What a fucking moron. What an actual retarded moron.
It's bad. And she said she doesn't believe in politics.
Oh, now she doesn't believe in politics. You are obligated to believe in politics. You're not allowed to be apolitical anymore. You must agree with my political positions and get involved. All right, if you don't, I'm going to leave a bad review and start bitching to the manager that you don't promote my political views. Look, I'm somebody that's considered far left by a lot of people. I'm a market socialist, which really just means I'm in favor of democracy in the workplace. But, you know, it sounds scary. But at no point have I ever gone around to apolitical people or even apolitical corners of the internet to try to force people to care about politics. If people want to be apolitical, that's fine. I might not even agree with it. But guess what? I don't go around making a fucking ass of myself, bitching at people for not promoting my political positions. It is so beyond pathetic, the level of entitlement this person has.
But yet you're willing to do this, and I wrote you guys such a good review in advance.
And you wouldn't want me to take away the 5-star review now, would you? That would be so bad, because you really care about what I think, of course.
And we appreciate that, but it's not my policy. It's the company's policy.
It's not, though. See, and
No, it's not the company's policy. The company says you are obligated to yell out the name Charlie Kirk, even when you bring over my drink, which makes it not useful to call out the name of the person that ordered. Again, why the fuck would you call out the name if you just bring over the drink? Again, your life is made easier. I don't think anywhere in the policy does it say, no, you're not allowed to make the life of the customer easier by bringing their drink. You are required to stay behind the counter and call out their name very loudly under all circumstances, even if there's only one customer. Like, that's ridiculous. Of course, they're going to want to make the place feel welcoming in order to get repeat customers. They are obviously going to want to encourage, going above and beyond. They're obviously going to hire that. And bringing somebody their drink is an example of going above and beyond for a customer. Like, what would you rather do? Have your name called and go up to the counter when you order at a restaurant? Or would you rather have the food brought to you? Like, doesn't it feel so much nicer to have your order brought to you? Like, this is the biggest fucking nothing burger. This is the dumbest thing to complain about. You are complaining about a good thing. You are complaining about preferential treatment given to you.
That's the problem. And now I'm going to have to go back and I'm actually going to post the good review that I wrote first. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to add this video to it to show.
Oh, wow. I'm sure that's going to convince so many customers to boycott Starbucks. Yeah, that's going to be really convincing. Look, at least when, I don't know, online leftists, not my style of leftist, but like very Twitter lefties will, protest Starbucks or whatever. It's like, I think it's a little bit cringe, but at least there's something there. At least you're like protesting like a genocide. And you're not like, I don't know. And yeah, there's going to be some people that are like annoying about it, that are like trying to fucking browbeat people into submission. But like, that's obviously not as common as this. Also, thank you, MTY5, for the additional $5, you beautiful fucking bastard, saying, I will not piss or talk ill of the dead. But when he was alive, again, chinga tu madre. You like him? Suck a dick. You mad I'm not doing what you want me to do? Suck my dick. You mad I'm left wing and trying to not start shit? Vete a la verga. True, very true. I agree with your dono message, MTY5. And thank you for the $5 once again.
That I wrote the good review first. I'm going to leave the good review and I'm going to post this video to
wow, that'll show them.
Show what an ass she made of herself.
What? Wait, you think that she made an ass of herself? All she did is say, yeah, I think that the person working here has actually been very respectful. I think that you're, very low on self-control. Is maybe the implication, but it's like factually correct. Yeah, the person recording has zero self-control.
And how you came out and you did this, because this is, wow. I didn't talk to her. I'm actually talking to you. It's called freedom of speech. This is what...
It's called freedom of speech. It's called freedom of speech to make a fucking ass of myself in public. All right. It is my constitutional right to look like a retarded chimpanzee in public. It's very true. Also, thank you, Cesar Rios, for the $2. Very much appreciated.
Charlie Kirk died for. I am a paying customer, and I have not done anything. I am just...
You've had a mental breakdown in public. You've done that. Oh, I'm a paying customer. Why won't you agree with all of my retarded political takes when you're apolitical? What the heck? That's so messed up.
Sitting here, you're going to ask me to leave because you're going to call...
Yes. Yes, that's what happens when you make a scene at a restaurant. Yeah, they can ask you to leave. Yeah, it is within the right of the people that work at the restaurant to do that. Yes, if somebody is making a scene, private corporations can make that decision. Yeah, believe it or not, but private companies can actually kick people out for making a fucking scene, for making an ass of themselves. That is the corporation's right. I'm not even saying whether or not I agree or disagree with that. In this case, I gotta agree with it. If I'm going to Starbucks early in the morning, before there's practically any other customers, I want to fucking relax. Okay, I don't even drink coffee, but I know for a fact that if I did and I wanted to just, sit down in Starbucks, maybe, be on my laptop, doing some, college coursework, I don't want this dumb bitch yapping about Charlie Kirk. Like it's going to scare the other customers away.
The authorities? Are you serious? What?
Yes, you're making a scene. Yes, if you don't leave when you're asked to leave from a private establishment, yes, they can call the authorities. Yes, that is within their legal rights. Yes, they can do that.
Now you're going to call the authorities because I asked somebody to say a name.
No, that's not why. It's because you're making a scene and you won't shut up about it.
I'm disturbing what?
Yeah, what am I disturbing? Dude, the lack of self-awareness is crazy.
I'm disturbing who? This is
I don't know, maybe all of the customers. Maybe people like you are the reason there's no customers anymore. Maybe you are the reason there's like 2 people there. I don't know, I'm just saying.
the person who made the scene.
You did. You're the one that engaged in the conflict. You could have just said nothing. Or, I don't know, maybe the normal human response when somebody hands you your drink, which is, thank you, have a nice day. You know, what the rest of us say when a minimum wage employee hands us our food item or beverage. You know, like the normal, respectful thing that the rest of us do in society.
Twice.
Okay, I'll go ahead and leave the video too. I didn't make a scene.
I didn't make a scene, says the person who made the biggest fucking scene imaginable and made an ass of themselves.
I asked somebody to say a name. That's not making
Yeah, and then you started bitching when they wouldn't do it exactly how you wanted. You fucking moron.
a scene. I'm still not making a scene.
The fact that she doesn't realize that she's making a scene, oh my god. That is hilarious. Oh wow. Copyrighted
Charlie
music,
Kirk
no.
died for. This is what
Oh no, and this is what she looks like. Oh, that is so unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. Oh, man. Oh. Yeah, I can see why she's so angry. Man, you know, I'd be angry if I looked like that too. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I'd probably be upset at the world as well. You know, I'm gonna be totally honest. If I looked like fucking this person, yeah, I'd probably be pretty mad at the world. I'd start taking it out on others. You know what? I don't even blame her at this point. She looks like a scene causer. Oh yeah, she absolutely does.
Charlie Kirk died for. This is what you all need to understand.
Dude, not the way that her hair is like a worse version of what I've done here. Wait, that's so fucking perfect. I promise I did not pre-watch this. This was not planned ahead of time. This is literally just me being fucking lazy and not doing my hair today. And then keeping it for this specific segment just because, you know, Karen cut while talking about Karens. I mean, it's perfect. But her hair is like a worse version of mine. It's crazy.
It is called freedom of speech. It is
Yeah, and it is the freedom of the person that works at the corporation to say, you're making a scene, please leave or we're gonna call the police. Like, I'm sorry, but like, if somebody runs into a Starbucks and starts screaming about how the satellite man is shooting lasers at their teeth and disturbing and scaring away all the customers, it is not a violation of their free speech if the people that work there say, hey, you need to leave or we're gonna call the police, you're making a scene. That is not a violation of your constitutional rights.
getting shut down in America. And this young lady.
Oh, you think your free speech is getting shut down? You know, not the Palestinian protesters who are, getting arrested and deported without any due process. No, that couldn't possibly be the case. Oh, it couldn't possibly be your side even that's saying that people need to be fired from their jobs and kicked out of school for making edgy shitposts about Charlie Kirk. No, it couldn't possibly be you that's in favor of censorship. No. It is the people that work for Starbucks, of course, that simply say, look, if you want to post about this on social media, fine. If you want to go somewhere that isn't our private establishment and say all this dumb shit, go for it. But we have customers that we serve and you're going to scare them all away, so get out. Or we're calling the police. That is their right.
Over here wanted to point out that freedom of speech is what is getting shut down.
Yes, by the right. Yeah, that's what the right wing is doing, my friend. It's like so pathetic. These people will scream into the biggest megaphones ever, bitching and moaning about how I'm getting censored and canceled I'm actually shadow banned because my latest video didn't get any views. And, the left mob is after me and, I've just been canceled for saying the truth. And then you've got actual Palestinian protesters that are being persecuted by the government itself, which is cracking down on free speech. It is so transparently pathetic.
She is saying she's pre-recording like it's a big thing.
You're making everything a big thing. She handed you your drink. That was not a big deal. She handed your drink instead of saying, Charlie Kirk, would you like to come up and grab your drink? Oh, big fucking deal. Who gives a fuck? You made it a big deal for no reason.
This is a public space.
That you are disturbing, yes.
And we are not allowed to publicly record in a public...
Republicly record? Also, when you say public space, do you mean like, people, are in public? Or do you mean it's publicly owned? Because Starbucks is not publicly owned. It's not owned by the fucking government. It is owned by a private corporation. The location you're at is privately owned. So the people who own it can do whatever the fuck they want in terms of kicking you out, essentially. Unless it's for some sort of immutable characteristic that would be protected.
Space. People are allowed to do their work. They are allowed to have...
Well, I don't know if they're allowed to do their work when you're there bitching and moaning and making a scene. It'd be pretty fucking distracting. I don't know if I'd be able to complete my assignments for college if you were in the same vicinity as me. I'd be too busy laughing at you, which would be hilarious, don't get me wrong, but very distracting nonetheless.
Their workspaces, they're allowed to have their laptops open and they're...
Yeah, they're allowed to not disturb other customers. That's true. Yes, they are in fact allowed to do things that don't disturb the customer base, that don't scare away all the customers. You are right. Well, what is your point?
Allowed to publicly broadcast and they're allowed to do all these kinds of things here in Starbucks.
Yeah, the difference is that they're not making a scene. The difference is that they're not scaring all the customers away. Yeah, that's the main difference.
Public place, but they are not allowed to ask for their name to be spoken out.
No, nobody is saying that you're not allowed to do that. People are saying you're not allowed to make a fucking scene over nothing. But like, they are allowed to not cater to your every demand. They are allowed to kick you out when you start bitching about the most minuscule shit imaginable. Yes, they are in fact allowed to do that. Yo, thank you, Prince of Enchiladas for the $5. You beautiful fucking bastard, saying, how do I get a trans girlfriend without looking like a chaser? I don't know, just treat her like you'd treat any other woman. You know what I mean? Just treat her like a regular ass woman. And then she just so happens to be trans. Feel like that goes without saying, though, to be fair.
So now at this point in the juncture, I have to stop the video and I'm going to have to go on live. So we're going to...
Oh, wow. So apparently she went on a live stream. Does anybody have like a link or like an archive of the live stream she did? Does anyone have a link to it? Because I really want to react to that. I would love to react to that shit. That would be fucking hilarious.
Go ahead and do that now. So we're going to go on live. So stay tuned.
Oh, stay tuned. That might be content we cover. Anyways, guys. Hold on. For anyone that like... I am absolutely 100%, 100,000,000% going to upload that as like a video segment. So anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe with notifications on for more content. Leave a like. It tells YouTube, yes, I like this a lot. This is very good. Show me more of this stuff, please. And it boosts me in the algorithm, makes me happy, puts a smile on my face. I also try to go live every evening. I'm going to try to go live for 4 hours a night, but, we'll get there eventually. Maybe not in the near future. I'm going to try to upload weekly. We'll see where that goes. And, yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Oh, I think also within the first week of an upload, you can, there's a hype feature that you can use. I don't know how it works, but use that if it shows up for you, I guess. Anyways, goodbye. But yeah, that'll be a video segment. And then anyways, Charlie Kirk said that school kids dying in shootings was a worthy sacrifice, by the way. This is true. Anyways. Don't keep it up. Well, now I'm extra motivated to do that. Fun stream as always. Hell yeah. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. I want to find out where the Anyways. Here, actually, let's read the comments, okay? So the first one is comment deleted by user. Okay, we're off to a great start. I think it could have been a combination of stupidity and clout chasing. She should be trespassed from this location. She could have some mental health problems to be crazy like this. Hopefully she gets better. As soon as she started recording, she should have been trespassed. Give her her drink and tell her to leave. Only give one warning and call the police. Don't engage. It's what they want. Yeah, anyways. To be honest, I'm glad she went after a customer. Starbucks doesn't give a fuck about their baristas, but going after another customer is what the manager, is what gave the manager more leeway to kick this woman out. Yo, thank you so much, Patel Crafter, for the $10. You beautiful fucking bastard. Saying cute hair tonight, Femi. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. Very, very much appreciated. Thank you for the 10. But yeah. Does anybody have a link to this woman's, like, live stream or, like, a VOD? Because, like, I wanna watch her stream that she did after the video or whatever. Could somebody send that to me on Discord if you have me added? All right. Does anybody, because at the end of this video, right? Like, this bitch was saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna fire up a live stream," but I don't know where I would find that. Genuine question, how do you get around the hate? Literally just ignoring it. I know that sounds cliche, but, like, either that or just, like, occasionally make fun of somebody that doesn't like me, but, like, I don't know. It just, like, gets repetitive after a while, so, yeah, I guess that's how. I don't know. Am I out of time out yet? No, I just magically was able to detect what your message was, actually. That is right, everybody. Anyways. What's your Discord? Don't worry about it. Wait, just exploded and went limp was comedy gold. Look, I'm not gonna make a comment about that. You know, I'm just gonna... Look, I'm just not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna leave that up for interpretation. Anyways. I have a question. Are you trans girl or trans guy? Trans girl. Trans girl. Any tips for an MTF person struggling with their identity? By the way, your content has helped me be more open with my identity. It's kind of hard to say. You just gotta, like, accept the fact that, like, some people aren't gonna accept you, and that those people aren't really people. They suck. They're subhuman, essentially. And, long story short, that you deserve better. And, yeah. I think that goes without saying, but I think it's something that people need to hear. You know? Maybe that's just me. Also, my hair is a fucking mess. Yeah, we're letting the hair down. We're letting the hair down. We had it up. Some people said it was the Karen cut, which was very perfect. Very much so perfect for the segment. You know. But now we're gonna let it down. We're gonna brush it back. Sort of let it fall into place, except it doesn't want to do that correctly. For some reason. I think it's because I had, like, most of it up, and then there was, like, a few strands of hair that, like, were loose, and now it, like, doesn't want to cooperate because of that. Like, it doesn't want to stay together, because it's... Yeah. I don't know, it's very... Ah! Oh, man. Oh, God. Don't want to rip my hair out. What the fuck was that? Alright. Sorry. Total transphobic extinction, I agree. Get rid of all transphobes. We don't need them anymore. What are they useful for? Nothing. Other than... Well, no, to be fair, they're useful for laughing at. But other than that, I don't know. That's, like, the only thing they're good for. They're, like, good for one thing, and that's being laughed at. Alright. How's my hair look? Does it look like a complete mess, or just, like, mostly a mess, but, like, it's doable? What do you guys think? What are your guys' thoughts? I think it's a little bit of a mess. But to be fair, I thought it was even more of a mess before, and you guys were saying, actually, it looks really good like that. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? But, you know, fair enough. I, like, sort of fucked with it. But I don't know. I just thought it looked like a bad... I don't know. I thought it was bad. But, like, I could see why it would actually not be terrible. Anyways. Kirk K. Please don't spam. Please don't spam. Anyways. Looks cute to me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Love it. Hell yeah. Can you prove you're trans? What, if not, why? Well, what do you want me to do? Fucking whip my dick out on stream? No, I'm not gonna do that. What the fuck? That's weird as fuck. Any hair tips for MTF? Grow that shit out, but get it cut like at least every 6 months. To get rid of any split ends. It makes a huge difference. Also, layering. Definitely layer it so that it frames your face better. Very important to do that. Very important stuff. And instead of say giving neck, say Kirk in it. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. The irony in people liking girls, then they realize they're trans and go, ew. Yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting to say the very least. I don't accept you, but that's just because I'm anti-woman. Based. Thank you for the gender-affirming misogyny. We appreciate it. You know, we'll take anything we can get over here, all right? We're dumpster diving for compliments at this point. Your hair is very lush. Well, thank you. It's called manipulation. Wait, what is? Me? Oh yeah, I'm using my manipulation tactics right now. You're all being manipulated. Woo! I'm manipulating you. Woo! Scary. Yes, layers look amazing on 99.9% of people. True. True. Literally facts. No, you were being manipulated by evil people. Oh shit. No! I got groomed into woke ideology and transgenderism. That's so bad. Gosh darn it, I hate when that happens. I just go, oh, you're trans, that's really neat, to be honest. Hell yeah. Anyways. Welcome to womanhood. I hope you have a great life as the person you should have been. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Fuck you, you are 0% funny. Well, that's because I'm a woman. Of course I'm unfunny. If I wasn't, then I might start being clockable as a man again. Anyways. Do you have tits? Yes, I actually do. Surprisingly enough. They're just not very large. Anyways. Find a good hairstylist to cut the hair. Cut splits regularly. Don't use 2-in-1, 3-in-1 shampoo, etc. Yes, facts. I feel like that goes without saying, but yeah, I feel like more people need to hear that. No, 2-in-1 and 3-in-1 shampoo are not it. Also avoid shampoos with salts or alcohol in them. True. True. Let's see here. Alphabet Freak is so unintentionally funny. Type shit. L woman moment. True. Hi, hello, Beatrix Soli. Hope you're doing well. Too cute tonight. Thank you, Cheetah Man. I very much appreciate that. Very much appreciate that. Is that a wig? It is not a wig. Were you ever essayed as a kid? Wow. Coming in with the great questions that, you know, everyone should always be asking at all times. To random strangers on the internet, actually. Oh my god, what the holy shit. Okay. So, we peaked at like, I know it went above 7, it was like 800 viewers at one point. But how did we, dude, the VOD has 50k views? What? How? How did we get that many views? What the fuck? Femi, did you ever say thank you once? Well, thank you. I don't know what I'm saying thank you in response to. Also, if you've made it this far and you've enjoyed the content, double tap the smash like. It's free, it's easy, there's no logical reason not to do it. It boosts me in the algorithm, makes me happy, puts a smile on my face. All the good stuff. And yeah. And if you really want to support me, you can super chat. Through like there's like a little $sign. You can you know, buy memberships, gift memberships. We love gifted memberships. Or alternatively, if you don't want YouTube to take 30%, which they would do for gifted memberships and super chats, you can donate using the Streamlabs link in the pin message, streamlabs.com/Femyoz. That way I get all the money. You get to have longer chat messages. It also fills out this little dono goal bar, daily dono goal. Donor rewards are obviously in the description. Streamlabs.com/Femyoz if you're on mobile and can't click it for whatever wacky reason. You could either A, type it manually. It's very easy to remember. It's just streamlabs.com/Femyoz, or alternatively, if you click on my channel, the first link in the About section is my Streamlabs link. Now then, with that being said, enough of me shilling myself. And yeah, I'm gonna check Discord to see if anybody sent me a link to, you know, the person's live stream, because supposedly that the person we reacted to also did a live stream, and I wanna find that, but doesn't look like anybody found it. So, oh well. Hopefully somebody finds it. Let me check the Reddit thread I found the video on. Yeah, fair. I might cover it on a different stream. But yeah. Anyways. Do you have a Discord server? Yeah, it should be linked in the about section of my channel. I have two. One of them is like a debate server, one of them is a community server. If you want to join the community server, link is in the about section. But also, you'll only have access to the newcomers chat and VC and stuff until I decide, or one of my mods decides, yeah, you vibe with the community well, we're gonna give you access to the rest of the server. That way, you know, it stays under control, you know. And yeah. That title sounds like a command. Wait, what title does? Anyways, your voice gives me gender envy. What about this voice? Does this voice give you gender envy? I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. More than 80% of quote-unquote trans folks were SA'd as a kid. Where is your statistical evidence of this? Can you not only demonstrate like a correlation that's strong, but also like a causal link with like the point that you're trying to make? Anyways, all the bigots left. Yeah, I got quite a few views out of it. I did not expect the VOD to get 50k views. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, goddamn. 50k views on a stream VOD. I have not gotten that in a long time. The Shorts algorithm is crazy, but I guess the Shorts algorithm just saw that the nature of what I was talking about and said, yeah, this is good stuff. But anyways. No homo, I want you. Hell yeah. Let's go. Based. You know what? I think we're gonna watch a Think Before You Sleep video in the meantime. Hold on. Chat, does anybody remember an annoying YouTuber called Think Before You Sleep? Does anyone remember this guy? Well, recently, and by recently I mean half a year ago, he made a video called Why Language is Being Destroyed. Oh God. The horror. Language is being destroyed as we speak. Very scary stuff. So today we're going to find out why language is being destroyed. Not just how, but also why. So without further ado, let's get right into the content now, shall we? Let's get right into the content, shall we? Anyways. We're going to get right into it. Oh, yeah.
Republicans locally and across the country have been railing on Governor Tony Evers' desire to make some parts of state law gender neutral. Evers.
Yeah, that seems perfectly reasonable. What is there to complain about here? Yeah, actually, I think that the law should impact people regardless of their gender the same way. Yeah, actually, I don't think that the laws should be different depending on your gender. Obviously, that's dumb. So, what is he gonna... So, how is this... The destruction of language?
Proposed changes to a section of state law about artificial insemination. Husband, man, mother, and father would be replaced with terms like person, spouse, and inseminated person.
This is destroying language, apparently. That's how big and terrible this is, alright? This is a really big deal.
Why? Who asked for this? Did anyone ask for this?
Who gives a fuck? Who cares? Nobody cares except for you.
Ironically, this is coming from the establishment left because I couldn't think of anything more misogynistic than
the establishment left. Dog, it is 2025. The right wing is the establishment right now. What are you yapping about?
calling a woman an inseminated person.
Who cares? Big fucking difference.
All my time in and around politics.
Like how dare you have language that's more technically accurate for the law? You know, the thing that needs to be technically accurate. You know, it's like useful for it to be.
This is probably the dumbest proposal that I've seen. If I called my mother an inseminated person, she'd probably slap me.
Wow, it's almost like that would be a completely different context. It's almost like nobody is advocating for people to say inseminated person in your day-to-day life. It's almost like they're using the word person, right? They're not even replacing the word woman with inseminated person. They're just saying, yeah, if you're gonna like inseminate someone, and then like they're taking that and they're like, what? How do you think my mom would feel if I called her an inseminated person? It is so blatantly dishonest to take that and make it into making it into a fucking mountain when it is the most obvious molehill imaginable.
Right. Inseminated person sounds like what you would call livestock or cattle.
Nobody is saying inseminated person. This isn't a thing.
Dehumanizing. I mean, this is so ironically prejudiced based on what the establishment left traditionally.
How is it prejudiced to say person? How is person prejudiced? It's like you took the thing that we looked at the very beginning. You showed the clip. They didn't even say inseminated person. They said if a person is inseminated or whatever, right? It was like, yeah, the legal distinction is going to be on the basis of whether or not they're inseminated. So yeah, obviously they would have to specify that. What exactly is dehumanizing? What about the word person is dehumanizing? Who gives a fuck? This is nothing.
Finds offensive that it reminds me of the movie Black Panther, which is supposed to be like the
It's so offensive. It reminds me of this fucking random ass movie from like 10 years ago that I'm still ass mad about because it had black people in it, I guess.
DEI superhero movie where they're like,
the DEI superhero movie. You know, when the superhero movies only have white people, that's not DEI. That's like normal. But when it's black people in a context where it would make sense story-wise for them to all be black, then it becomes a problem. Even if narratively it makes logical sense for that to be the case. Like, yeah, if they're from a location, if the main characters are all from a location that is predominantly or almost exclusively black people, yeah, you're probably gonna see almost exclusively black people. That makes sense. Like, no shit, Sherlock. That makes a lot more sense than, I don't know, in Star Wars, when in the entire universe, there's only 2 black people. Like, fucking come on, dude.
we're finally being represented. But the writers take a super advanced culture of African Americans and have them live in huts, throw spears, make gorilla noises. The main character gets his power from
this is what you're mad about. This is what you're mad about in the Big 25. This is what you give a fuck about. Like, who cares? There's nothing.
Purple Kool-Aid, and at the end, when they go to a black neighborhood to share their technology, the first impulse of the young black characters is to steal it and take it to a chop shop.
Do you think maybe it's the case that it has something to do with the fact that, like, they live in poverty? It's obvious that they're not well off. This is established in the movie. I haven't seen this movie in like a fucking decade, okay? I saw this as a child, okay? I was like a teenager or some shit when I saw that movie, okay? But I have enough of a working memory to specifically remember that no, these characters were not well off. Of course that would be their instinct because they need to feed their fucking families. They want to eat dinner and have their parents be able to pay rent. So yeah, and anyone in that socioeconomic status, especially at that age, would think exactly the same fucking thing. Yeah, if you're desperate because you live in poverty, yeah. But apparently that's racist because, it's just like a fucking black person. Like, okay, sure. And keep in mind, I don't even remember the movie that well because guess what? I didn't really think about it that much after I saw it because it was like kind of an okay movie. It was like entertaining and then I forgot about it. But this guy is so ass mad about it that I guarantee you that he remembers every single detail that he doesn't like.
Man, what the hell is that? That's like a Bugatti spaceship. Bro, it came out of nowhere. Did y'all see that? Hey, look, we can break it apart. We can sell it on eBay.
Yeah, that's like reasonable. Yeah, like that would be something that you would think. Who wouldn't think that? If you're living in poverty, or you don't live in the nicest area, or you're not that well off, then yeah, it makes sense that you would see a huge opportunity to get you and your family out of poverty and say, hey, it would be really awesome if me and you guys all got ourselves out of poverty and, helped uplift our families. But apparently that's racist. Poverty lemma. All I remember is I know for a fact at least one of the characters was not particularly well off. I know that for a fact. I don't know about these characters specifically, but I am pretty sure.
Like, they're trolling, right? I couldn't believe that this stuff was in the movie. So this whole calling mother
I couldn't believe it. You're so racist.
an inseminated person is just more of that. They spend 5
Nobody is saying that you have to call women inseminated people. You fucking moron. This isn't a thing.
decades arguing that stuff like this is demeaning to women, and yet
Dude, I'm sorry, but like if you think this is demeaning to women, you're just moral fagging over nothing. This is so transparently pathetic. So what is he showing on screen right here? Let's take a look. In an interview filmed in 2012, author and activist Alice Walker argues it's especially troubling when women refer themselves as guys because it represents a fear of being feminine. Yeah, obviously that's retarded. Like, who gives a fuck about they refer to themselves as guys because it's a gender neutral term? Like when I say hey guys, like I'm not referring to I don't know, exclusively the men that watch my content. When I start a video with hey guys, what's up? I'm talking about everybody, including women. Because it's gender neutral. It doesn't represent a fear of being feminine. That's so fucking dumb.
And yet now they do everything they can to create a language and culture that demeans women.
Evers wants
I love how your source is 4chan green text, of course.
to change other parts of state law as well. One state Republican lawmaker counting at least 30 times mother is replaced with a gender-neutral term. Father subbed out more than 100
Wow, it's almost like the law should apply to people universally, regardless of their gender identity. Well, wow, it's almost like the laws shouldn't be contingent upon your fucking gender, because that's stupid as fuck.
20 times.
So this all seems kind of strange. Legislators changing common words and concepts that have been in language since the beginning of time.
What you are failing to understand is that the law should apply to people regardless of gender, though. They're not changing the words. They are changing how the law can be interpreted. Essentially, they are changing the law to make it more accurately reflect the intended purpose and functionality of the law. Right?
And I think that certainly anyone who's read the book or seen the movie 1984 knows that.
Yes. Yeah, saying person instead of woman is just like when 1984. That's so true.
Authoritarian forces will
Dude,
purposefully
it's 1984, chat.
try to scramble the language, but there isn't a lot of discussion around why specifically that's being done and how it causes people to respond.
They're scrambling the language. Are you confused? Or are you confused about the law now? Was like the law super obvious and clear, but now I can't read this super complicated legislation because they said person instead of woman, because the law actually shouldn't be gender specific, because that's fucking retarded. Why would the law be gender specific? That doesn't make any sense. Laws should be applied to people equally. You fucking moron.
That's important because people only seem to understand this on a basic level. For example, I think most people who have spent more than 5 seconds paying attention to culture over the past few years can figure
Yes, just
out
pay attention for 5 seconds and then you can have all the information you need to develop a worldview.
that the reason the governor of Wisconsin gives for why he wants to change the word mother to inseminated person is a lie.
What are you yapping about? What, changing the word mother to inseminated person? What was the law that you went over? You showed it at the beginning. All they did was change the word woman to person because the law should be applied universally regardless of gender. If I keep having to repeat myself, I'm just gonna like give up and stop watching this retarded video.
We're working for the families in Wisconsin, especially those that are receiving IVF services, and making sure that we can make certain that mom is able to get the services she deserves.
I'm not going to pretend to be a lawyer here, but assuming that the term mother does not include in vitro, which seems untrue, then I'm sure there are
Okay, what if there's like a trans guy that's pregnant and he's gotten his gender legally changed? Then what? Oh, I guess the law is different now. I guess the law is different now. Oh wait, that's the whole fucking point. Dipshit, is for that specific niche case scenario so that the law can't be, discarded or seen differently. On like an edge case like that, it's literally just covering up the most easy loophole imaginable that could be used in a court of law. What exactly is wrong with covering up legal loopholes and making them not exist anymore? Like, what is the issue with that? Make it make sense.
A bunch of different ways to include in vitro without replacing the word mother. This is obvious gaslighting, and I don't think that it takes much brain power to figure out that the real reason they want to say inseminated person instead of mother is because they want to...
in a legal context, so that the law can't have loopholes in the case of like trans men. Because then somebody could point to the law and say, well, it clearly says, females and mothers. It clearly indicates that this only applies to women. So in the case of a trans man who has legally changed his gender, it's actually not applicable here. The law doesn't apply in the same way. That is a legal argument that could be made. I'm not a legal expert either, but that is the most reasonable assumption to make about why they would change the wording. Right? The reason that they change the wording isn't because, we want the law to be more inclusive. No, it's so that the law doesn't have fucking loopholes, dipshit. You fucking moron.
Say that men can get pregnant without identifying them as trans. So I think people get this.
Oh, in case you were confused what they meant by it. Oh yeah, because they were saying biological males can get pregnant. Yeah, that's definitely what they were saying. No, dipshit. When somebody says that some men can get pregnant, they are obviously referring to trans men, because there is no such thing as a cis man that can get pregnant. That doesn't exist. So maybe use your fucking brain for like 5 seconds and you'll realize that, oh, they must be referring to trans men when they say that some number of men can get pregnant.
On a basic level, but what I don't see a lot of is understanding of the more under the surface reasons for why these grifters will cling to these changes that nobody wants. And
yes, they're grifters, but you think before you sleep. You just speak the truth. You couldn't possibly be a grifter. That would be crazy.
Call everyone who criticizes them liars.
You can count on this.
I mean, yeah, a lot of people on the right are liars. That is true.
This being, something that the Republicans are becoming very good at, and that is lying.
That's how you know
that's true. No, wait, she's spitting facts. He's right about that, though. The Republicans are very good at lying. They constantly do this all the time. Do you think that Republicans are honest actors? Do you think that Trump is being an honest actor when he, does everything in his power to hide the Epstein files? Yeah, he's doing that because he's such an honest actor. Right, okay. Yeah, because Trump is known for being honest and telling the truth. Yeah, he's really known for being a man of integrity like that. Yeah, so true.
Full of shit when they start blaming the other party instead of addressing the issue, because the reality is that all of you are assholes.
I also find it rich that all of the sudden the other side has some problem with successful businessmen being involved in politics whenever you guys are the party of George Soros, of Bill and Melinda Gates, of
Oh, right, because those are totally socialists. Those totally aren't also capitalists that are going to do everything in power to protect capital interests. There are no leftists that are in that position. It is rightoids. Also, the difference between, George Soros and Elon Musk is, George Soros didn't literally work for the fucking government, like, goddamn. Like, there's a difference between lobbying money and, being appointed to specifically work for the President of the United States of America. You think there might be a little bit of a difference there? Just saying. Just saying.
Sheryl Sandberg, of Mackenzie Bezos, of Taylor Swift, of so many other billionaires across the...
Oh, right. Because Taylor Swift saying that she supports Kamala Harris is exactly the same as Elon Musk working directly for President Trump. Yeah, those are exactly the same thing. Yes, of course, of course.
Country, as well as every woke, weird pervert in Hollywood.
As opposed to the anti-woke weird perverts in the Catholic Church. Oh, wait, we don't want to talk about those. Or don't think about the Epstein files either, okay? Ignore the Epstein files, okay? Trump doesn't want you to know they exist, so you're supposed to ignore them and just move on. Don't question anything. Never ask any questions. You're not allowed to notice things. You're not allowed to notice the Epstein files, okay? You're not allowed to ask questions about why Trump is hiding them, all right? You're supposed to just sit down and just assume that everything is under control and that Trump is totally not a pedophile or a rapist.
find this incredibly disingenuous.
I've lived long enough to see that politics doesn't really attract a lot of honest people. Both sides
For example, yourself.
have some shit going on, which is really frustrating because it makes it hard to champion the people who represent your beliefs. The point is that anyone who is a good speaker or a good writer knows that words have meaning beyond their dictionary definition.
Yeah, no shit. That's an argument in favor of my position, dipshit.
Each word or phrase has a specific emotion attached to it, and if you want to be an effective communicator, then you have to understand the emotions that different people are going to feel when you use certain words.
Well, hold on a minute. What happened to facts don't care about your feelings? Now it's emotions don't care about your facts? Well, what happened, Mr. Think Before You Sleep? Wow, it's almost like your positions all change on a whim depending on what style of rhetoric is more convenient in the moment, and then you don't actually fucking believe anything. I think we could just leave the video there and just, not really, pay attention to the rest of whatever the fuck he says, because I think that this is just, like, so transparent. Like, he couldn't possibly make it any more transparent. Now that it's convenient for right-wingers to make emotional arguments, that's what they're doing. Just saying. As opposed to someone like me who's consistently been on the side of facts, logic, and reasoning. But anyways, apparently it's leftists that are the soft ones. I'm probably going to turn that into a video segment as well, so I'll do an outro for that as well. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to subscribe with notifications on. Smash like. It helps out the channel. It boosts me in the algorithm. If there's like a button that says like, there might be like a hype button as well that shows up on your screen. I don't know how it works. It may or may not be there. Press that as well. It also boosts me in the algorithm, which is good. Makes me happy. And I try to live stream every night. So try to stay tuned for those. You might catch one of these segments live, or hell, you might even get to talk to me, because we do a lot of just chatting stuff, a lot of politics, a lot of other shit like YouTube drama. We talk about a lot of different stuff, and you'll have a good time, I promise. With that being said, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Anyways, that'll be that video segment. That'll be a shorter one. Femyoz turned into a content bot. Oh yeah, I sure have. Anyways. But yeah. Oh man. That was fun. I had a good time. How are y'all doing, chat? How y'all holding up on this fine whatever the hell today is? Hope y'all are doing good. Oh man. Whew, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. I'm fucking tired. I'm not really exhausted. Okay, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration. But that was a fun stream. A little bit on the shorter side, I think. We're gonna talk for a little bit more. Just because I don't want to ignore you guys. Queen, what is your decree? What do you mean by that? You mean, what is my decree? We are force femming and impregnating the Nazi bots? True. Drink water and get promoted? True. Make sure to drink lots of water, chat. It'll make you feel better. You're smarter than the average lib. Good luck with your show. Thank you. The reason I'm smarter than the average lib is because I'm a leftist. Yeah. I'm saying that a little bit facetiously, but like there is some truth to that. Hello, Femyoz, you're a beautiful woman. Thank you, Afris. I appreciate that. This world is so evil and corrupt. You got a point. You're not wrong. How are your period cramps? Oh, they're so lovely and gender affirming. Yeah. It's totally something I experience. Actually, my stomach does hurt right now, but I don't think that would be why. So yeah. If you light a lighter, your lighter gets lighter. You got a point. That is how lighting works. Indeed. What's on the shelf? In the background, you got like a R2D2, you got a creeper. You got a bunch of shit. You got a bunch of cool shit. I hope you're saved. Saved from what exactly? I'm happy for you. Well, thank you. Anyways. With that being said, What do you think of Christians? It depends on the Christian. Like if you just like if your thing is just like, oh, I love Jesus, and I like reading the Bible, and I love God or whatever, then like, yeah, I'm fine with that. Like I don't hold anything against people that are like that. The only people that I have anything against are the people that like use their religion as this sort of bludgeon to try to oppress minority groups, to try to say that, you're not allowed to be gay or trans. People that use it for political reasons, essentially, or that use it to be hateful. That's the people that I have a problem with. I don't have a problem with Christians, Muslims, anybody really, just on the basis of their religion alone, right? It's when you use it to be hateful that I have a problem with it. Or when you're like being annoying and like forcing it onto people, essentially, is the other issue I have. Like when somebody is like proselytizing in my chat, it's like, yeah, you're a fucking weirdo for that if you do. You know what I mean? Politics and beliefs are different. Sort of, but they do go hand in hand sometimes. Like people believe things that lead to them having political views. Right? So like if I have the position that like, I don't know. Like if I believe that like something is preferable to a different thing in terms of how society ought to operate, right? That's like a belief I have. Like political beliefs are an example of beliefs. One in chat if Jesus was a bottom, 2 if he's a top. Oh, definitely 1. 1, 3 verse. I could see it. Maybe he'd be like the type of person that'd be able to do it all. 1, 2. Yo, what? Why did... Dude, not the 2 getting deleted. Not the 1, 2 getting deleted. Don't be timing people out though for some shit like that. Anyways. 4 sloppy party bottom. So like 1 on steroids basically. 3 he a switch. 1. Yeah, no 2s allowed. True. It's free speech, but only if you agree with me, actually. That's how this chat works. 0, he gets raped and likes, oh wow. Wow, spicy. Very spicy. Anyways, I hope to see your stream again tomorrow. Good night, lovely lass. Good night to you as well, MSH. I hope you've enjoyed your stay. I really do. Let's see. The Sumerian goddess Inanna had a transgender priesthood. Interesting. You look cute. Thank you, Fizzy Fizz. I appreciate that. Very sweet. So do you think mocking Jesus and stuff like that doesn't seem harmful to good dialogue between Christians? Look, I'm sorry, but like people that can't take a fucking joke are pathetic. That goes like regardless of like what their positions are. Like people that just like moral fag over like, oh, I made a joke about Jesus having a foot fetish. Like fuck off. Anyways. Jesus seemed like a way hotter guy than God. That's true. I feel like Jesus was kind of chill. God was a fucking asshole. Especially in the Old Testament. Like, he was a fucking dickhead. He was horrible. But Jesus wasn't so bad. He was actually kind of chill. He was chill like that. Everybody should be equal. I'm a socialist and I'm straight. I believe in sensuality. I respect that. Hell yeah. He washed feet. True. He definitely had a foot fetish. But we support that over here. We support people that are into all sorts of wacky shit. What can I say? As long as it's not hurting anybody. Jesus was the OG nonchalant dreadhead. Accept the Nana into your heart. Anyways. God gets jealous when you worship something besides him. Yeah, which if you think about it is like, one of the 7 deadly sins. So if you think about it, it would be God sinning against me. Let's see. Jesus was a lolcow. If you think about it, he got rage baited simply by being near decently wealthy Christians. Yeah, but he would have been like one of the, like the good, he would have been like a King Cobra JFS where it's like you like him anyway. It's like one of the like few lolcows where it's like, yeah, they're easy to rage bait, but like we love them anyway, you know? He would have been more like a King Cobra, not like a Cyrax. Yeah, unironically, rest in peace, King Cobes. Rest in peace, King Cobes. You're all being blasphemous? Good. That's a good thing. Based. W. I love being blasphemous. Jesus would be a live streamer. Could you imagine Jesus as a live streamer? That would be funny as fuck. That would be great. Oh wait, I just realized something. Jesus already is a live streamer. All right. They I think their channel is called Quickville Guardian, and she refers to herself as Jesus Christ Chan Sonichu Prime Resurrected. So we actually do have Jesus as a YouTuber. All right, and if you don't believe me, the dimensional merge is happening soon. So you're gonna believe me any minute now. Jesus was a hippie? True. Jesus would be a gay free Twitch streamer. Yeah, and I'd support him for it. And he'd be like a socialist. He'd be awesome. Imagine Jesus in modern day, bro, would sell wine and be a billionaire. No, he'd be a socialist. He was like against that type of shit. He was against giving a fuck about like material possessions like that. He was like, nah, fuck the rich. You know, he was like an eat the rich kind of guy. And you know, I support him for that. He is not gay. You don't know that. I don't know. I mean, he was definitely a twink, if nothing else. He definitely had a foot fetish. But, anyways, he'd be one of the good rich people. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Hey, bro. Why, hello. He def loved feet. True. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think he had a foot fetish, then you clearly haven't read the Bible. Obviously. You obviously haven't read what's in the Bible if you don't think he has a foot fetish. I mean, come on. We all know. We all know. It's not a secret. Anyways. It's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than a rich man to enter my Father's kingdom. Jesus H. Christ. True. True. Let's see here. Let's see here. Chat. Oh, do we keep going? Do we keep streaming? I don't know. What do you guys think? That was a fun stream. I enjoyed. And now we're just like chilling after we recorded one of the best video segments, I think. I think that the video segment we did of like that Karen that was freaking out is one of the best video segments that I've done just on the fly. No pre-watching, not knowing what the fuck I'm going to say ahead of time. You know what I mean? And we got a ton of concurrence during the stream. Yeah, her hair was fucked up. It was so bad. That's going to make a great thumbnail. It's going to make a great thumbnail. The Illuminati kicked Charlie Kirk. It was predicted in Snake Eyes and some music videos and on The Simpsons. True. I've learned things. That's cool. But yeah. Up to you, I'll stay if you do. Fair, fair, fair. So do you guys have any jokes for the Prophet Muhammad? Look, I've made suicide bomber jokes like publicly. Like I don't this isn't the gotcha you think it is. You're talking to the wrong person. If you think that's like an own. Yeah, I've made jokes about Islam. I've made jokes about the Prophet Muhammad being a pedophile that raped a 9-year-old. Now granted, part of that is rage bait. Because I would rage bait both Christians and Muslims. Very heavily. Because it was funny. And it made me laugh. And it made my audience laugh. But, I don't know, it's just like, What do you want me to do? It gets repetitive after a while. Also, I feel like Islam is less relevant than Christianity in like the context of like the Western world. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna make less jokes about it because it's less relevant. People talk about it less. So of course, like there's less jokes to be made. Be Fairy is also dead. I draw Muhammad sometimes. Is that so? By the way, I love that you are open to discussing these things. Yeah, I try to be open. Muhammad is just overall not as funny as Jesus. Yeah, honestly. Like the thing is like when I rage bait Muslims, it's like there's not as many of them. Like when I get like a bunch of random people that scroll by on shorts, they're a lot more likely to be Christian than Muslim, right? So if I'm trying to rage bait, it's a lot easier to engagement farm from Christians than Muslims. Right? Muhammad claims rape is okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. Look, I'm not a proponent of Islam either. I think that all religions are fucking stupid and wrong. That doesn't mean that the people that believe in said religions are stupid. They are wrong. They're not dumb. And I don't have less respect for them just because they believe in wrong things. Because everyone believes in some amount of shit that's wrong inevitably. Except for me, of course. I'm not wrong about anything ever, under any circumstances. But that's besides the point. Look, the fact of the matter is, I judge people based on whether or not they're good people, not based on do they believe the correct religious worldview or whatever. I don't really care about that. Because let's be real. Everyone nitpicks the parts of their own religion that they like, and they ignore all the parts that they dislike. Right? But they also do the opposite for religions that they dislike. So for instance, I noticed that Christians nitpick, the whole Muhammad being a pedophile thing in Islam. It's like, that's true. Muslims just like ignore that. They just, they downplay it, they ignore it, etc. But Christians do the same thing. So when you, for instance, you bring up, the Ezekiel verse about how, and this is a real thing in the Bible, about how if a guy rapes a woman or a girl and she's not taken, essentially, she's single, then they have to get married. That's right. If you are a rape victim and you're single and you're a woman, according to the Bible, you are now obligated to marry your rapist as a quote-unquote punishment to the rapist. So I just think it's annoying when people will nitpick one religion but not the other. Either all of it's okay or none of it's okay. And I have the position that you should be able to nitpick whatever shit that's in a religion that you want. Go for it. I think all of it's dumb. I think all of it is fair game. But then people will get mad when somebody does it to their religion. And it's like, well, you can't really get mad because, like, you did the same shit. Right? Yeah, that's why I only believe what Jesus said, which is pretty much don't be mean. Yeah, it boils down to don't be a big meanie head. Don't be a meanie head. Don't be a big stinky poopy head. Okay? And that's what Jesus taught. And also eat the rich, which is fucking based. Fun fact about Christianity and the Bible, slavery is okay as long as you treat your slaves well. Yeah, which, according to biblical standards, is, not actually very well. It was basically don't beat your slaves to death. Only beat them, only abuse them like enough to put them in their place. Right? That's what the Bible essentially said. So again, I don't know. I don't like the idea of just nitpicking Islam. Or using that as a gotcha, because it's like, yeah, Islam sucks. So does Christianity. The Abrahamic religions are definitely wrong, but Buddhism is a religion/philosophy. I love Buddhism. It's more of a way of life. Yeah, I don't really disagree with Buddhism based on what I know about it. Because like you said, it seems more like a lifestyle. It's more of like a spiritual/lifestyle belief. And that's something I can get behind. Buddhism comes across as very peaceful, very not very invasive at all. And that's why I fuck with it. It doesn't come across as invasive. Wrong, Jesus said awful things as well. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. I don't know. Usually I bring up the Old Testament whenever I talk about the Bible, just because it's Because then I'm also, like, debunking Judaism as well. So it's like I killed 2 birds with 1 stone there. Not to mention the fact that, like, you know. Also, my cat's trying to get in. Y'all haven't seen my fit, have you? This is my fit. In case you were wondering. Anyways. Silly cat. Not me literally just wearing socks because I know some of y'all are fucking weird about feet, I swear. Yeah. You need the programmer socks? Well, that wouldn't work with this outfit. But I didn't intend on, like, showing, like, I don't know. You get the point. Nice dress, thank you. You look very pretty, Femi. Aw, thank you. I'm just back just in time for Spinny's, yeah. Yup. Do 5 push-ups? I don't know if I can. I don't think I can, honestly. Because last time I think I failed to do, I think I did, like, 4 push-ups last time I tried, which was, like, recently, because somebody made me do them. In a voice call. Don't ask why. Femi is a weak bitch. Shut up. It was just a weekday, okay? Pretty girl, thank you. Take the socks off, let the dogs breathe. No. I'm a weaker bitch, is that so? Pencil arms, shut up. My arms are super big and strong. Actually, from this angle, they do look like that. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm so strong. I'm masculine. Woo. Anyways. That'll do it for today's stream, folks. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Double tap the smash like, of course. Subscribe with notifications on. And, I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody. An 11-year-old boy can beat you in arm wrestling? Not true. Oh, and also, if you're not in the Discord, let me create an invite link and invite to server, copy link, because you all have been here from the start of the stream. All right, give me a sec. Join the Discord. It's also linked somewhere in the about section of my channel. It's the community Discord. We need more new fags in the server. All right, join if you want to become a new fag in my server, and then eventually you'll get verified if you're active, especially. And by that I mean, like, you get access to the rest of the server if my community likes you, essentially. It's like the induction the induction, is that the right word? You get the point. You look great, thank you. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye. This is a really long wave. Bye, everyone.